Welcome back, family. Lancescurv here, the Lancescurv podcast. Many young men come to me for advice because they know that I've lived life in so many different ways. They know that I live life as a married man. I live life as that bachelor who was really out there and had many experiences with women on so many different levels. So there's a trust that they have in asking me certain things. And they know that I'm going to give it to them bold, raw, and uncut, and brutally honest. That's what I should do with the experiences that I've had. I can't say I know every single thing, but I've learned a lot and I know a lot. And I can explain it the way it needs to be explained without sugarcoating it. I'm not here to demonize women. And I want to say this for this particular segment, that I'm speaking as a man. So I'm going to speak as a man toward women because I'm a man. But this segment and the points brought up, it's for women who are considering getting married to a man. So don't think this is a one-sided thing, that when I go in, that I'm saying it's only women who have toxic families. And it's only women who can bring a man down if he chooses the wrong one, because the same thing goes for a woman dealing with a man. Let's just get that straight right now. Because lots of times in audio or video that I do, when I speak about relationships, I speak about it from the vantage point of a man. But it goes both ways. So understand that. And I know you do, but I just had to say that because there are new people who come to this channel, to this platform, and they don't know me, and they go right on the attack. And you've probably seen that in the comment section. I ignore that because they didn't know. But to be honest, this is a real touchy subject that I have to use my favorite term, that I'm going in with surgical precision. And those of you who know me, you know that there's no venom in my heart, but I have to tell the situation as it is, brutally honest. But there comes a point in your life when you start thinking about building something solid with someone, something long lasting, something real. But when the talk of marriage comes up, most people only look at the surface. They look at the person standing in front of them and forget that this person comes with a full history, a full family, and a full set of patterns shaped long before you showed up. Too many people jump toward the dream of marriage without looking at the shadows behind the charm, the smiles, and the early chemistry. What many do not realize is this: when you marry someone, you inherit the environment that shaped them. You inherit the habits, the secrets, and the unspoken rules that their family lives by. A person can appear put together, responsible, and loving. But if they come from a family full of unresolved trauma, those buried issues can show up in your home your peace in your daily life. You are not just marrying one person. You are marrying the entire emotional landscape that created them. People often say they want to marry someone with no kids or someone who has never been married, believing that a clean record means a clean slate. But the truth is far deeper than that. What you really need to look at is the emotional and mental conditioning they bring with them. A person can come with no children and no prior spouse, yet still carry invisible scars and learned dysfunctions that will land right in your lap once you become legally and emotionally tied to them. This warning goes both ways. A man can marry a woman with a dysfunctional family, and a woman can marry a man whose family trauma spills into the relationship. Trauma doesn't care about gender. The only thing that matters is whether the people in that family have faced their pain or buried it. If they buried it, then those issues will come alive in your home whether you want them to or not. My mission here is to break down the red flags you must watch for before moving toward marriage. Not to scare you, but to protect you from inheriting someone else's lifelong chaos. These are things people refuse to talk about. Yet, they can destroy your peace, drain your energy, and turn a beautiful bond into a battlefield you never signed up for. One major red flag appears when the person you're dating refuses to speak openly about their family problems. Whether you ask simple questions about their upbringing or home life, and the answers become vague, uncomfortable, or rushed, that is a sign that deeper issues exist. Avoiding these conversations means they are not ready to face the truth about their past. And if they cannot face it, you will face it for them once you marry into that world. Another red flag shows up in families where silence is the main coping tool. When major conflicts are buried, ignored, and glossed over, you are walking into a culture that avoids resolution. People raised in these environments become used to leaving wounds open and pretending everything is fine. But once you marry them, you will feel the weight of every unresolved issue sitting between you two, growing larger because no one has ever taught how to deal with it. A third warning sign comes from families where everyone walks on eggshells. These families have secrets, tension, and emotional minefields that no one touches. If you notice controlled behavior, fake harmony, and overly rehearsed smiles, understand that this pressure eventually rubs off on the person you love. Once you marry them, the same pressure silently becomes your burden. A fourth red flag is when your partner seems overly protective of their family's image. If they feel the need to act like their family is perfect, even when it's clearly not, it means they were taught to defend dysfunction. This leads to one painful outcome. When their family mistreats you one day, they may defend them instead of defending you. Very common. The fifth red flag becomes clear when you notice a pattern of generational trauma, abuse, abandonment, addiction, or deep emotional wounds. But the family pretends none of it ever happened. When a family refuses to face its past, that past does not disappear. It simply passes down into the next generation. And that includes your marriage if you step into it unprepared. Another sign is emotional instability or sudden mood changes rooted in childhood experiences. If your partner becomes distant, angry, or anxious when certain memories come up, those unhealed areas will affect your communication. Marriage forces you to face everything together. So if those wounds are still raw, they will spill into your relationship every time stress appears. The seventh red flag shows itself when your partner constantly chooses their family's needs over their own peace. If they have been conditioned to rescue their family from problems they didn't cause, you will eventually become part of that burden. Their family's drama becomes your drama. Their emergencies become your emergencies. And you get pulled into battles that started long before you arrived. Another major warning sign is when your partner's family treats you with quiet disrespect. It might be subtle. Side comments, long stares, lack of warmth, or passive-aggressive behavior. But these early signals often predict what's coming. If they sense that you challenge their dysfunction or hold up a mirror to their secrets, they may push back harder as time goes on. The ninth red flag is when your partner has poor boundaries with their family. If they can't say no, can't separate emotionally, or can't stand up for themselves, then they will not be able to stand up for you either. Marriage requires strong boundaries. Without them, extended family can enter your home, your decisions, and your peace. Finally, the 10th red flag is when your partner believes love alone will fix everything. When someone thinks that marriage, affection, or devotion will magically erase lifelong pain, they are setting both of you up for heartbreak. Love can help, but it cannot replace therapy, self-awareness, accountability, or emotional maturity. Without real healing, old patterns always come back, and they usually come back much, much stronger. These 10 red flags are not small issues. They are major signs of a painful road ahead. And if you ignore them, you may end up carrying a load that was never yours to bear, while also being blamed for problems you never caused. And that's very common. The heartbreaking truth is that many good-hearted people walk into marriages thinking they can save or heal someone who is shaped by chaos. They believe patience will break generational curses. They believe love will open closed hearts. They believe kindness will erase trauma. But the weight of another person's unaddressed wounds can break even the strongest spirit. Bar none. When you walk into a family full of unresolved issues, you are stepping into a system that existed long before you and will continue long after you. And no matter how much effort you put in, many times you will still be the outsider, the one who gets blamed, and the one who gets pushed away when the old habits return. It hurts to be loyal to people who won't face their truth. You must learn to ask the uncomfortable questions early. Ask about the family dynamics. Ask about childhood experiences. Ask how conflict was handled. You are not being rude. You are being responsible. If someone becomes defensive over basic questions, that tells you everything you need to know about their readiness for marriage. Stand firm on what you need in a healthy union. Do not let loneliness, lust, or temporary excitement push you into a lifelong contract that will cost you your peace. Your future deserves clarity, not confusion. It deserves honesty, not silence. It deserves openness, not secrets. At the end of the day, a marriage should lift your life, not drain it. Protect your peace, protect your heart, and never apologize for walking away from a situation that would have destroyed you. Love does not require you to sacrifice your sanity. I spoke from the heart. I spoke from experience. And let me tell you, those red flags, when they're glaring like that, when you try to delve into the subconscious and conscious mind of a potential mate, all you ask for is honesty. And if they can't give you honesty in the beginning, they damn sure won't give you honesty as the years roll by. Because remember, when you marry somebody, you marry their family. If they don't have a big family, you're marrying their experiences. Are they going to tell them? If they can't face them, they're pretty much letting you know, you're going to have to deal with this more than me. Is that something you can deal with when you uncover what it is? Because we have families who have sexual trauma, children who were molested, molding the subconscious minds of these children as they got older, and parents, mothers, fathers who didn't want to deal with it because they have a facade to keep up. The church family wouldn't like it if they found out that these children were violated so much. It would look bad. We don't want to talk about it. And so you have young boys who grow up who can't keep a relationship with male friends because they were violated by a male, and possibly as an adult have a feeling for that type of activity, even though they know that that's not what their family may have wanted for them. So they stop the relationship. They don't maintain male friendships for too long, right? And then you have maybe a daughter who is severely molested. And the mother knew all along, but ignored it. So it's buried. So she can't be to her husband what she should be. Cooking the extra meals and keeping the house extra clean doesn't make up for what should naturally happen when the lights go out. And I can go on and on and on. Some of the children just come up and overtly live that rainbow lifestyle, in your face with it, and some shut down. There's all different types of situations. And I want to do a live presentation where people can call in and speak on these things, or maybe a conversation that's recorded that we can put up later on so we can speak more freely. But nonetheless, it's just so much. And with the divorce rates going higher and higher and higher, and young men and young women not being taught, not just through the words of their elders, but through the examples of a good marriage and how it's supposed to heal itself up through discussion and probing discussion and being open and really reflecting from within. Because we were born into this world as a clean slate, but we have situations that walk with us for the rest of our life. And you combine two people who may have gone through things, that's almost a recipe for disaster. Anyway, let me know what you think about these words shared, and I will continue on to speak about things that we need to speak about. Leave us in a healthier place, in a healthier trajectory, with a healthier life that we should enjoy, as we should enjoy. But we can't enjoy it if we don't want to face the things that were there long before we met that person. Anyway, much love to you all. I want to start working on the next one. And I do appreciate your comments and your support. Thank you very much. Lancescurv out. Peace.